We begin the night at the Paycom Center. The Oklahoma City Thunder down late against the Dallas Mavericks. Down as many as 14 in the fourth quarter, but make a furious comeback to be down 2 with a shot. Shea had to miss on purpose, then Lou!
Oh, man.
Not quite. Thunder
So
lose
close.
it 121-119. PJ Washington was a Thunder killer again. He had 17. SGA had 36, but it wasn't enough as OKC loses at home at the end of a 5-game homestand for Oklahoma City. Now we welcome you to the show. I'm Brian Keating alongside Hannah Hoover, and it's time for Crashing the Boards.
Let's do it. We've had a good time all year long. We wish for a few more wins, I
that's
think,
the way it
but
goes.
you know, we've had a good time.
College football's back this week. It was strange without Oklahoma or Oklahoma State.
I'm not
playing
good
the
at sitting at my
I know
couch,
it
on
was
my
very
couch.
strange to watch everybody else, but not the Sooners and Cowboys. So they do play coming up this week. We'll get into the games coming up for Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Let's start tonight with the University of Oklahoma, who's welcoming big bad Alabama to Norman for the first time in about 20 years. And so Oklahoma is in the neighborhood of a 14-point underdog. And so look, let's start with Oklahoma and Alabama, and the Sooners are a big dog, which is unique. But I'll just throw it to you. What do you think about this game and Alabama coming to town? Is there any chance that Oklahoma, who has struggled, can win on Saturday?
I'll answer quickly. No, I don't think they can
Oh,
win
man,
on
oh,
Saturday.
man.
I know normally I'm the
I
positive
know.
take, but
You didn't even hold back.
I know, but I do think that as a fan or as someone that, goes to the game, it's so cool to get to go see Oklahoma play Alabama.
I think it's cool too.
I think that's very neat. And I would say, this is no doubt going to be a reset of a year for Oklahoma, looking to 2025, but you want to finish what you start. And I'm really interested to kind of get a glimpse of Jackson Arnold, but also Michael Hawkins Jr. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of both, but Jalen Milroe is just that good against LSU. We saw him really, tear it up in the run game, but also he can, pass it, he can sling it, and he's just dangerous. And I do think the OU defense is excellent, but I don't know that they're going to be able to stop the Alabama Crimson Tide. So I'm going to say I'm making a case for Crimson this week, even though you'd love to see some Sooner magic.
Hey, if OU fans would say the Crimson and Cream might rise up and get it done. So
This could be taken
maybe
either
you
way.
make a case for
If you
Crimson there.
screenshot this, I could be right either way.
I like that. Look, it's college football. Funny things can happen. I've seen a lot of upsets where you think somebody doesn't have a chance, and it doesn't matter how.
Yeah.
Just a couple interceptions. So I'm not going to say OU doesn't have any chance. I've just seen too many things, and I'll give you a bit of some optimism here on this Sunday night.
Let's hear it.
Alabama's 2-2 on the road this season. They've beaten Wisconsin, and then they really look great against LSU on the road. But they lost to Vandy on the road, and they lost to Tennessee on the road. So nothing easy about going to Memorial Stadium, even if I think most OU fans are just going to be waiting to see if something bad's going to happen. And the minute something bad's going to happen, I think they're going to get very nervous. But here's a question that I pose to you tonight, and it's where this OU football program is and over the last few weeks. And I asked this question: how many times in your life have OU fans gone to Memorial Stadium and thought, just like you do, we have no chance to win on Saturday? How many times in your life have you gone to Memorial Stadium where OU had what is it's more than a disappointment. It's mostly a catastrophe here for Oklahoma State in this football season. But Brennan Presley deserves all the love, no matter
5,000 yards.
what else
Yeah.
has happened at Oklahoma State during his tenure. He's been one of the best players in program history, and he will go out for the final time at Boone Pickens Stadium on Saturday afternoon against Texas Tech. So that's the college football. We got to get into the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, so stay with us. We got Thunder Mavs, tons of opinion, and post-games next. Crash the Board. Welcome back to the show tonight. Brian Keating alongside Hannah Hoover. All right, let's get into the Oklahoma City Thunder, who were at home tonight.
That was a close one.
It was a great game. It just seems like every time these two teams get together, they just play classics. It was a rematch of the playoffs last season, which the Dallas Mavericks won in 6 games. PJ Washington, man, he was good again. He's just been a Thunder killer. He had 27. Kyrie Irving did his thing. And so the Mavericks led most of the night. They led it by as many as 14 in the second half and in the fourth quarter, but Thunder rally, and Shea cuts the lead to 3. Thunder get the ball back down 3. He makes the first, has to miss the second on purpose. So look, they need a miracle, but it might happen. Live to Hart for the win. No.
So close. But
So the
far.
Thunder lose by 2, 121-119. SGA was outstanding. He had 36, but again, it was PJ Washington who did him in, and Dallas from the depths rise up and win in OKC.
Just trying to chip away at it, trying to cut into it, trying to stack possessions. We just didn't do so enough to 19 a W.
We did a nice job of keeping the game in a manageable spot as they kind of outplayed us. I mean, we kept it at 8 or 5, or we kept it in striking distance, which gave us a chance. Down the stretch, I thought our situational basketball was really good. We always want to give ourselves every chance to win a game.
We're going to make some, they're going to make some. They just ended up kind of having that last run. And I think situationally we gave ourselves a pretty good chance to win the game.
They did. They battled up until the very end, but it wasn't enough. And so right now they are tied with the Golden State Warriors at the top of the Western Conference standings. So we'll bring it back here. I'll throw it to you. What do you think of Oklahoma City? And I guess now it's not just about today, but certainly about the start to their season. And Oklahoma City now at 11-3.
They just got to keep it rolling, right? You heard them say over and over situationally they liked what they were doing. So it's really fun to see this team. Obviously, you wanted to get the win,
Yeah.
but it's competitive every game. And they're without Chet. Obviously Luka wasn't in for Dallas, and
Right.
that maybe is a factor in
Sure,
this game.
sure.
And PJ Washington did excellent, but they're out at Chet, Caruso, Isaiah Hartenstein, which hopefully he'll be back sooner than later,
hope
which
so.
would really help
It
out.
will.
But yeah, this game just shows that this team can hang in and be competitive even without their big guys. So SGA, J-Dub, keep it rolling.
Yeah.
You guys are so much fun to watch, and I think all of Oklahoma would agree with that.
Look, you play 82 times, you're going to win some, you're going to lose
Yeah.
some. They've been excellent to start the season. I would say the Mavericks' size, especially on the interior, was a problem in the playoffs, which is why they made all the moves. Please, Hart, come back soon. Isaiah Hartenstein, come back. They
That's
need
cute.
you. They need some help
You
on
have
the
like a
interior.
little emoji and everything.
We need Hart back in there. Maybe he'll come back this week. But that was what the Mavericks did. It's two good teams. Two teams are going to be there at the end. And I like watching them play. So
Keep rolling.
keep rolling. All right, one more thing's next. So, man, this is awesome. You know, we've talked a lot about the Sooners and Cowboys this year, and we've been following this UCO football team, but they are conference champs.
How fun.
Roll
shows.
And roll shows, man. And so anytime you're on the field and you celebrate, and this was a video they tweeted out, but I think it's awesome, and they are headed to the playoffs for the first time since when?
2003. Over 20
2003,
years.
man. That's very
Yeah.
cool. They got Ouachita Baptist at home with a chance to win in advance, which would be even cooler as the 4 seed on Saturday.
Yeah, and then they'll go to Grand Rapids, Michigan and play Ferris State if they win. So a lot of excitement for UCO this season.
We've talked a lot about the playoffs, and mostly that's meant Division I and how can the Sooners and the Cowboys get there. UCO's on their way.
They made it. Well,
See?
almost.
Yeah.